all these markers are still waiting to be given away to you guys, thanks to ARRRTX. And they will be given away in well-sorted sets like this one. So make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell, so you won't miss out on a chance to win one of these. All you have to do is to leave a comment, and in about 10 days I will use my random app to pick a winner. My name is Dr. Rocket, by the way, and today I will show you how to draw
the Iron Man
in pencils, inks and colors. So let's get a piece of paper. I already sketched out the Iron Man I want to draw with you guys today and trace it on my actual piece of paper, so I can show you with confident strokes how it's done properly. So take out a pen and a piece of paper, cause now it's time to draw! As always, we start with the gesture drawing, which is the most important step, so make sure to follow my lines exactly. I tried to find a simple pose so you can follow along easily, even if you are a beginner. When the base drawing is done, we use it to define the actual lines of our drawing. Every now and then you should clean it up with an eraser, so first of all you will see what you are actually drawing, and second of all you can make sure that everything sits where it belongs. As always with these tutorials, I will leave all the steps on my Instagram account, so you can check out the Instagram account, link is in the description, and then you can take a look at all the steps you need to know. Drawing the Iron Man can be a little bit tricky because he's kind of a robot, and you have to be sure that the lines are parallel and you will see every mistake you will do. But at the same time, he's just a figure we do all the time, broken down into simple shapes. And that also can be an advantage, especially when it comes to hands and the fingers. They are very easily constructed this way. And should you feel like giving him some extra edges and stuff like that, you can go nuts, you don't have to do it exactly the way I do. Okay my friends, the most important step is done, all the sketching. Take your time with the sketch and make sure that everything is where it belongs. Especially the gesture drawing, which I demonstrated here again on a copy of this drawing, needs to be perfect. But when your drawing should look somewhat like this, it's time for the inks, my friends. If you should have used a very hard pencil like a 2H, you can ink directly on the drawing you just did, which I would highly recommend actually. But since I used a very soft pencil, which is way better to be seen on the video, I will not be able to erase the lines properly. Which means for a nice and clean drawing, which we will actually need because we want to color this thing later, I will trace this thing again with my 2H pencil. And thus I can produce a very neat and clean ink drawing.
6.5 hours later.
And here we go! The same drawing like this one, but super duper clean. For inking I will mostly use my Tombow brush pen, cause with this one I can put in a lot of line weight in no time. But you can also use Microns or Copic multiliners, it doesn't matter, whatever you got. And with whatever you feel most comfortable. So let's do some inks! Since this drawing will mostly depend on the colors, the inking will be done quite quickly. But still I wanted to give it some line weights to make it look more alive. You don't have to do that, you also can use just a straight thin line. And if you want the lines to look like extra juicy, just use a French curve. And if you want to learn more about inking, check out my how to render video. There's all you need to know about inking in one video. Okay guys, as you can see, the inks are done and are very neat, clean and simple, which is the best way to ink if you want to color it later. But still, we will use this 003 fine liner to add some confusion. Lines like these right here will get a very thin parallel line with our 003 fine liner, so let's do that. Usually when I draw the Iron Man, I go nuts with all those parallel lines. They make the drawing so much more alive. But for today's drawing I had to hold myself back a little, cause this one shall be focused on the colors, and less rendering means more room for colors. As you can see, I didn't go nuts with those lines, but they still make it look more alive already. And with the inks done, it's time to bring in some colors! Those are some nice markers, and now we will pick those we will need for this drawing. Therefore you take a closer look at your reference, take an extra piece of paper, find some markers, try them out, and that's all we need for this drawing. Usually it's enough to have 3 tones for your drawing. A very light one, a middle one, and a dark one. And you will have to make sure that they blend together nicely, and then you're good to go. And I will make sure that all of these tones will make it into the giveaway set of today's video. But now we will prepare our drawing for coloring. Alcohol-based markers bleed through a lot, so don't forget an extra piece of paper so you won't smudge your desk. And now you take the hardest pencil you can find and make a very thin line just to define the area where our hardest light source hits the character. In this case, it's from the upper left. Just follow my lead and you'll be fine. So, this area will be heavily lit. And since we're on it, we will also define some shiny parts on some other areas of the character. There will not be such a strong contrast as in the one we just did, but it will still be quite shiny because this character is made out of metal totally, so enough room for that. And again, just do what I do, because with these guidelines, this drawing will be way easier to be colored later on. And just like that, the most important areas for the colors are defined. This part right here will be very bright, this will be the normal color part, and on this side it will be a bit darker. So I guess it's time to use these! We start with the very light area where the strongest light source hits our character. This is also the easiest area because we don't need to do any blending. Then we define the darkest spots between the metal parts. I'm only using a very dark and a very light marker to blend them together. But the more markers you use, the easier it will get. And here you can see the strong contrast where the hard light source hits the helmet in comparison to the actual color of the helmet. It's always a good idea to let the markers dry properly before you go in with the next layer, because otherwise you might be bleeding through the lines. Now we're using a base tone for the red parts, and I do that all over the suit. And then, surface for surface, we do the blending. And as you can see on the bicep area, I wasn't patient enough. Didn't give the markers a chance to dry a little before I went in with the next layer. And therefore, I bled through the lines, so be careful about that. But other than that mistake, you can see it's getting quite juicy. Those markers are very vibrant as they are. But if you make sure to put very light areas next to quite dark areas, you create an extra strong contrast, and this will make the drawing pop out really good. So be daring! I know it's very hard to blend from very dark areas into very light areas, but even if the blending is not perfect, the strong contrast you will create will make up for it. And I dare say, concerning comic book drawings where you play with a lot of light sources, contrast is key. So don't be shy to use this extra dark red tone or an actual brown for the gold parts, cause those will bring your drawing to the next level. And if you should be interested in a proper explanation on how to blend those alcohol-based markers like Copic markers or the ARRTX I am using here, then check out my How to Blend with Alcohol-based Markers video. As you can see, we already achieved a quite nice look with those markers. But to even deepen the contrast, we will use those colored pencils now. I will only stick to white and black, because I want to keep this simple. If you have a nice set of colored pencils, you can use them to make the colors pop out even more, like I did in this drawing, for example. But as you're about to see, we will also achieve a lot of nice contrast with those black and white colored pencils. So let's continue. Colored pencils combined with alcohol-based markers. That's just it, my friends. You can get very nice shadings with alcohol-based markers, but with colored pencils you can deepen those shadings so easily and give them such a hard edge it will look like it's a print. I'm using Prismacolor colored pencils, but you can use whatever you got. And right now I'm just using the black one in combination with a colorless blending pencil, which I'm also using in combination with the white one. If you don't have the colorless blending pencil, you can also use a red tone to blend into the alcohol-based marker areas. But I wanted to keep it simple so you can follow along even if you don't have all those materials. Now I'm using a Posca marker to fix my mistakes. If you got one of these, you can also use it for creating some really nice and strong highlights. The ones I did with the white colored pencil. And just like that, we are done with the Iron Man! And those are all the materials we've used to get there. Those ARRTX markers, they work out pretty fine. If you want to know more about them, The link is in the description. And don't forget to leave a comment so you are participating on the giveaway. And should you like videos like this where I show you how to draw a character, then maybe check out this one. That's where I show you how to draw the Batman. A very recent one, I just did that in pencils. Please let me know down in the comments what would you like me to draw next in a video like this. Would you like me to go on with those colors or more the pencil-like style? Let me know down in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe. Turn on the notification bell and see you on this video, guys.